That will do me. Tick tock. Okay, that's where we need to be. Okay, now let's look at what the action is. Looks like it can be added to the watch list. Click on watch. I'll get rid of the rest. It's been good to us this last while. BBIG. Group. We look good. Let's put a little horizontal at the high of pre-market. Let's go back 15 minutes on. Ah, look. That's showing market memory. Go figure. Our area of support. $40. Okay, this one keeps to it does like to respect the quarter, half, and whole dollar levels, so I don't mind that at all. It's easy just to I don't need to map that out so much. It's easy to see on the charts. So 8:07 market time. Keep that there. And we're live. Yes. To edit that. I'm just updating the tags on the YouTube stream. Hopefully we can get a few more people in there. Should do the job. Okay. What are we? Monday the 21st. Let's have a good day. For strange reasons, you know, Mondays are never my best days of the week, but let's see if we can't book that trend today. Use this as a quick boost before we go live. Okay. That's better. Okay, so we're dropping all the way back to the VWAP with bid pick. No trades for early, no trades first thing. So just watching where the volume is, and Mullen is getting a lot of the volume. But it's a huge. I've got this. Put this on the watch list. No, it's pre-market mover. Before earnings. How big is the float? No, it's not too bad. It's only 20 million float. I thought it was going to be a much bigger float. A couple of really good days over the last couple of days. Gone from 160s all the way up to trading now at 350. So Mullen Automotive option alert. Okay. That's from Friday. Best in Mullen for its short selling opportunity. Let's have a look at the short interest. Still got a few days to cover. A huge short float, 10%. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Let's have a look at the highs here, pre-market highs. Yeah. BBIG is just barcode at the minute. Inco benches. It's interesting, but it's just barcoding right now. Look at Anaplan. What's the story with Anaplan? The second top gapper for me. What's the news? Okay. Yesterday announced it will be acquired by Thoma Bravo. Okay, that's interesting. $66 a share. It's currently trading at 65, so there's no trade in that. Let's just have a look at the chart. No, there is nothing. Nothing there for us. It's popped up to 65 and it'll be sold at 66, so let's get out of that. Kid Pick and Mullen are the ones that I'm looking at for today so far. Well, UTME could be interesting. UTME, I've traded this one before, you see, and it's below the VWAP. It moved up from, finished yesterday at $2. Closed at 196, so yeah, $2.96 up till 3 or 4, so 60% up. TME could be interesting. Lower the VWAP at the minute. SPY's just gone red on the day, as has the Nasdaq. Okay, let's get ready for our TikTok brethren to join the stream.
Attention grabbing post for your
Okay, they can join us in 5 minutes. Hey, Jack. Hope you had a good weekend. Yeah, doing okay. Doing okay. Mustn't grumble. Friday was a good one. We're still in the hole on from last week. We've still got the drawdown from last week for 200, so we should clear. All things being equal, we should clear that today. So that's 2,500 on the drawdown on the trade profit and loss. I've just moved my move the stream and move the windows around a little bit, so you've got the trade profit and loss in this right at the bottom corner, bottom left corner of the window. So okay, well, don't take too much. Start small. Start small, Jack, and just small risk, small reward. You grow into it, because the emotional element is key. So just grow into it. Start small first. Put out a new video on YouTube with regards to support and resistance last night. I'll do that periodically now. Did pick and Mullen are the two that I'm looking at right now. So it depends on your trade. So you need to be going in there, and the number of shares that you're taking, for example, how much leverage have you got? Have you got, is it 4x, 5x, 6x? What kind of leverage have you got? So what I would be saying is, you don't think in terms of the collateral that you're risking. Think in terms of the trade. Each trade is separate, okay? So you go into a trade and you look at the position of the trade, you might risk 10 cents. Okay, so 3K, you've got 12K's worth of buying power there. So you might risk 10 cents on a trade. Like I say, start small. The aim with a 12K buying power, 3K, you want to be looking at trying to get anywhere between 50. Let's set your goal small. $50 to start off with this week. Start $50 profit daily, okay? And that way you're risking 25. So work that out. Oh, okay, so you've got a total of 3K with leverage. Okay, same sort of thing. So look at 10% is 300. So 5%, 150. So yeah, so look at a reward level of $50 to start off with. You can get $50. You're risking 25. Okay, so what you're going into a trade. So if you're taking, let's just say, we're just about to break highs here. Wow, bad fill. So if you're about to, if you're taking, let's say UTME could be a good one for you today. That's not stock pick advice. It's not financial advice. It's I'm just saying it's looking interesting from a daily, an intraday point of view. But that's currently, it's trading at, let's say, at 286. So if you took 200 shares, for example, with that, and what you would then set is a stop loss of 10 cents from where you enter, for example, and that way you're only risking $20. And your goal there is to make $40. So your stop loss might be 10 cents. Your goal is 20 cents. So that's how I would look at it. Not so much how much of your entire, because $200 at 200 shares at $3, that's like 600. Pulling back, you're supposed to be. That's okay. Let's see if it holds the resistance as support. 676 was a level on Friday, but it's also a level today. So I missed the breakout and pulled the trigger too late. So it was a terrible fill. It's 10 cents. I missed 10 cents. No, don't go all in. That's gambling. Shush. You don't need to go all in. Like I say, Miyako, be quiet. Start small. Think of this as you know, you're earning your stripes. You start small. If you can make $50 a day, that's $250 at the end of the week. That's $1,000 across the course of a month, which is good. It's not life-changing money, but it's a good start to improve your profitability. But you've made $1,000. You're on $3,000 with leverage. Now you've got 4 times leverage. If you make $1,000, that's an additional four grand buying power at the end of the month, which means that'll take you up to $7,000 buying power. So it'll double your potential, and that's why you should look at it long term as opposed to. I have to get used to this new layout. It's sort of foxing me a little bit. So 758 was the high of yesterday. Oh, high on Friday. Take a little bit off the whole dollar resistance. Well, this is risk management is key. So if you're going all in, then you're not managing your risk. You want to be taking a position and knowing what you stand to get before you even take the position, knowing what you stand to gain and what you stand to lose. You need to have a good profit loss ratio. Just going all in on everything. If it goes against you and you're all in, then that's how you blow up your account. And that's probably what's going wrong with you at the moment is that the break-even piece is because you're not managing your risk effectively. If you're getting a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio, you can be half of your trades can be wrong. Half your trades can go against you, and you'll still be profitable. Okay, so I've got guys in the TikTok stream. We're just in Kid Pick again this morning. If you're on the stream, do me a favor. If you can just give the screen 10-12 taps. Start off with let the up with the algorithm. Push it out to other people. Good morning on TikTok. Good morning on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch as well. Okay, so I'm just going to get back in there. I'm just going to add back. We're giving it 10 cents either one way, 20 cents the other. So we go take some more profit off there. Base hits. You don't have to be winning the lottery on every trade. Base hits are good hits. $2,500 in this one at the moment. 2,500 shares. We're already $450 up. We should have been more if I'd been paying attention and pulled the trigger at the right time for the break of 676. Like an idiot, I was slow to the party. Okay, if we can get to the 725, I'll add to the position. Oh, I've got one of them stupid buzzy flies buzzing around from outside. Add and take away there, just so that taking half the profit. Our average cost now is $7, so $6.98. So that's our exit now. $7 is our exit. Moving up again. This is the second continuation day in a row. It's not net new news. This is still the same catalyst from Thursday. It's just that the market doesn't seem to have had enough of it. So we take advantage of that when that's the case. So I will address the stream in a second as soon as this trade is done. Yeah, absolutely, Alistair. Good weekend. All things considered. Well, the Six Nations could have been a better result, but apart from that, yeah, not a bad weekend. So our stop loss now is $7. Good 5-minute bull flag there. I should have been paying attention. There's a beautiful 5-minute bull flag there for that setup. Could have got in at about 655, 656. Could have got in a good 30 cents cheaper than I actually did. Well, look, these things are sent to test us. So we're just waiting to get stopped out here. There we go. Right, okay, so who do we have in the... hi, Patricia, how are you doing? Let's go back to... let me get my TikTok chat on this place. Okay, so where can you go to learn how to trade? Fitness and health. Well, you've come to the right place. I can teach you. That's what I'm doing. So stick around. You might learn how to trade from the stream. Otherwise, you can jump in my swipe left and follow the TikTok trader. And the first link on that link tree is my course teaching how to trade. So right now we've just taken our first trade of the day. 725 realized on the trade P&L. I'm just going to see if I can get the average cost in here so that people can actually see that. No, that doesn't matter. Got the average cost here on the one below it, but that's not on the stream. So no, you get 30 days. It's not calendar. It's not a calendar month. It's a 30 days. Okay. Hey Phil, hope you're enjoying the course. So I'll show the TikTok guys this quick trade that I took. So as we came in, I was just about to go live, and then we watched. So we could see if we look at the 5 minute here. This is the 5 minute, and we can see that we had 676 up on the pick. So 676 yesterday was a resistance level. As we scroll forward, it got up to 676 there. Sorry, here, got up to 676 here. Then it pulled back. This is a beautiful 5 minute bull flag setup. And I was busy setting up my my desktop. So this one on the 5 minute, it was a beautiful 5 minute bull flag setup, and it pulled back, moved up. We had the flagpole. Sorry, we had the flagpole here. Then it pulled back and to the volume weighted average price there on the 5 minute. And then it broke out. Now this would have been a great time to enter here about 555, 556. So we didn't. I was busy setting up, so I was looking at this, and I was still looking for the breakout of 676. So instead of looking for the pullback and getting in here, which would have been a beautiful setup for the run up, and you saw where the volume came through. I was watching for this break of the pre-market high here, and it also was a resistance level yesterday on Friday. So as it broke up, I didn't pull the trigger quick enough. I lost. Got slippage, 10-cent slippage there because I was slow to the trigger. So I got in here instead of down here at 676. But still, we took some profit off there. When it pulled back, we added what we'd taken off. We still got profit in there. And then we took some profit there, again there, and then we just got stopped out here. So that basically we are $725 realized on the day. Net P&L 628. So good start. It's a good start. Mirror the video. There we go. Now you can see it in the correct format. Ooh. How much is the course? It's just almost 150 bucks. If you're looking at in sterling, it's about less than 120 sterling. It's about 132 euros, whatever currency that you're that you're in. So today we've got Kid Pick again. That's what we've just been trading. We've got. I'll have a look at Hudson Capital, but we were looking at Mullen Group. So this one is Mullen Group. That's on the list. BBIG, potentially. It's not high volume at the minute, but it does have that Reddit crowd following it. So BBIG or Vinco Ventures is something that I'm looking at as well. It's trading at 312s at the minute on low volume. But I'm expecting more volume to come in on that after the bell, just because of its it's got a lot of short interest, and B, there's been a lot of talk about it on Wall Street Bets and Reddit forums, etc. So just been watching that. Then we've got Kid Pick. Mullen Automotive. I'm going to have a quick look at Hudson Capital right now because that's just popped up. Q4 earnings. So Hudson Capital reports its freight private fleet product secured a new existing customers, including one of Mexico's largest food producers. Okay, so they've got a news catalyst. I'm not sure how relevant that is, but it's a news catalyst all the same. It's not very. It's a low float stock as well. It's not a huge amount of short interest at all. So Hudson Capital could be of interest. Let's have a look at what the relative volume is. So it's 10x on the volume, which is very relevant. It's 60% up on the day. So Hudson Capital, HUSN, that's going to go on the list. $56 up on the day. That's interesting. It's currently trading at 326. Oh. Anaplan. I don't bother with Anaplan because it's an acquisition. So Anaplan's moving up, but the acquisition's been agreed at $66, and it's currently trading at 65. So you're not going to get much there. So Anaplan is not a trade. If you weren't in it before the acquisition announcement, there's no money to be made on Anaplan. So I'll pull that up for you, Cornflake. So, and I'll read the news to you. So that's Mullen. Click the wrong number. That's the one I wanted. So we've had a whole Anaplan shares are trading higher after the company announced it will be acquired by Thoma Bravo. $66 a share in cash. So there's no trade there. But I get where you're coming from, Cornflake. If you're looking at the scanners, yeah, absolutely. You've got the volume, but that's because the shares are already changing hands. But they're not going to go. They're not going to go any higher, and they're not going to go any lower either. So they're just going to pretty much stick around that level until the acquisition's complete. Everything else is relatively low volume, and that's so BBIG is Vinco Ventures is up. Its relative volume is low, but it is a heavily traded stock, so we should see more volume come in. Kidpick, I've already traded this morning, and it's looking good for us so far, and it's on the list. It's moving the highs to. So what's interesting here is what was the resistance at the close of business yesterday. It was the resistance pre-market high. We found resistance again in the pre-market at 676. Is now acting as support. So it pulled up there, pulled back, used it as support, moved up to 715s, and then sold off and pulled all the way back and down to 678. So that 676, 675 level is now being used as support. So the interchanging of support and resistance, the market memory, as it were, is evident here. I like the way Kidpick adheres to the market. It likes to respect those significant levels. The quarter, half, and whole dollar levels are big with this one. So let's just keep watching for a bit more. Yeah, so I use a HP gaming laptop. If you get a PC, whether that's regardless of format, whether it's a tower, desktop, or laptop, if you get a gaming, if you get it set up for a gaming PC, because what you're looking for is low latency and good processing power, and it helps if it's got a good graphics card in there. So that's what you're looking for, and that's what I've got here. Is it's a HP laptop, and ideally go for. I think I've only got 8 meg on the RAM here, so go for 12. I would recommend 12 as opposed to 8. But let me just have a quick look. Yeah, so I've got 8 gig RAM, 3 gig graphics card, and 5 megahertz processor. So, of course, 64-bit operating system as well. That's where I'm at. Where does that come from? Okay. Hey, 666 Kiss. Good stuff. If all you got is if all you got is €1,000, you don't put it. You don't gamble it. Don't put it. Don't YOLO it. Okay. What I mean by, for those of you that are not familiar with the terminology, there, a YOLO is kind of it's where you put everything on one bet. It's gambling is essentially what it is, and going all in on a particular stock, and that's poor risk management. Okay, so if what you want to be doing is finding a position and then using maybe with that kind of 40-50% of your holding of your buying power, and managing your risk accordingly. I was talking to Jack Sparrow here on the YouTube channel, and I was saying is if your buying power is 1,000, you want to be looking at about 5% gain. It's a push. So you want to try and get 50 on the day. This is not per trade, but you want to be trying to get profits of 50 bucks across the course of a day. So if you can do that, if you're going in and say your aim is to get $20 out of a particular trade, you want to risk $10. So and you need to size accordingly for that. So whatever the price of the stock is and how many on your share size with it as well. So if you're looking to make 10 bucks, you want to be risking only 5. Yes, there is lessons available. You can buy the lessons. There's a course available in my if you swipe left in the profile and follow the TikTok trader. Alternatively, the first lesson of that course is on YouTube as we speak. You can watch that first lesson for free, an introduction to trading. The course is 150 US dollars, about 120 sterling, about 135 euros. I'll show you where to get it a little bit later when I do my tour of my desktop. Just having a look at. So I've traded this one before. So Hudson Capital, I've traded this before. I've still got the resistance and support lines from whenever this was that I traded it. So I'm just going to put the all-time high here. We've got another resistance level here. So we've got a bit of a window here. Between 4 and 450, it's a bit of a window there. So, but it's funny how I've not drawn these resistance levels on this one today, and they're still there from the last time I traded it. So, and it's funny how they're actually. See, this moved all the way up to $4. Now, yeah, it's a double zero. It's a whole dollar level, which tends to be respected. But the fact that I've marked that out as a significant resistance level in the past, or support level, depending on which way it was going. Let me just have a look. It was probably a support level previously, whenever this was. Looking on the weekly, yeah. So I'll mark that as a support level previously. So, get into a habit of marking out key levels of support and resistance pre-market. If your broker doesn't allow you to trade pre-market, use TradingView. Just do the charts and use TradingView. Who? I don't know who you're talking about. I-66. So why is his 1,500 pounds and mine's 150? I don't know who's charging you 1,500 pounds for lessons. You can pay me 1,500 quid. If you want to, but I don't know. Microsoft. Let's have a look at MS. I'll keep this. I'm going to keep Pico open there. I'm just going to pull up TradingView and look at. So Microsoft is probably having a good day today. I've not. Not had a look at Microsoft. Yeah, it's having a good day today, along with the rest of the market. So just to put the thing into context, a lot of these big S&P 500 companies tend to move with the market, and Microsoft's no exception. Now, you'll get the exception that will book the trend, and very often that's kind of the leader at any one time, and it will the behavior of that particular stock within the S&P 5 will then have a knock-on effect to the market, which will have a knock-on effect to the other stocks. So that's something that you just need to be you need to be aware of. So this is Microsoft as it stands. The whole of last week, the wider market. I look at this on the hourly. You can see that the wider market it had growth days pretty much every single day. It did gap down on one of the days, but I think Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Oh, Tuesday, four out of the 5 days last week, we had moves up in the wider market, and Microsoft was no different. So if I look at the SPY in relation to Microsoft, which is the wider market, you can see it's pretty much the same chart, give or take. It's the same movement. So Microsoft is currently trading sideways on the day. But if you're in Microsoft, it's a hold for me. Slightly down from Friday's close, but I'm quite buoyant on the market today for some reason this week. It was a good week all in last week, and it got us back to where we were at the beginning of the month after a few days of sell-off. But yeah. No problem, Cornflake. Happy to oblige. As I say, everything that I do, everything that I say is delayed. Please don't try and copy my trades blindly. Don't try and copy anyone's trades blindly. If you like how people are trading, if you think that you would like to trade in a similar fashion, learn the strategies. And that way you can actually do that trading for yourself. You'll get to a point where you're able to spot the entries and exit signals for yourself. So just remember that the streams, whether it be Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, they're all delayed about at least 3 seconds. So what I've done, when you see me do something, I've already done it. So I could be in and out in a couple of seconds, and you're behind the times. So please don't follow me blindly. Anything I'm saying is my own personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving financial advice. If you take what my opinion and you lose money based on my opinion, don't come after me. Don't sue me. I'm not a financial advisor. Okay? That being said, okay, so 195 likes. Come on, guys, you're letting me. You're doing me dirty in TikTok. Let's give me those 10 likes I asked for. That's all I ask for every day. I'm giving you gold here. All I'm doing is asking you to either smack the thumbs up button on YouTube or smash the screen 10 times on TikTok. That's all I'm asking. If you've not done that, shame on you. And if you have done that, I apologize. This isn't aimed at you. Okay. So yeah, just tap the screen a dozen or so times, and whilst you're doing that, I'll give you a tour around the desktop and show you where you can find all the relevant information. Okay, so the tour around the desktop. If I flip the camera, we'll start off with Benzinga. So here we have my gap scanner. As you can see, Hudson Capital is the top, it's on the watch list, it's the top gapper at the moment, 357s. It's decent relative volume as well, 74% up on the day. Then we've got a couple of smaller, kind of low volumes, so O2 Micro, Plan is an acquisition. Vinco Ventures could be interesting. We've already traded it profitably this morning. And Mullen Automotive is what I've already said is something that I'm looking for. The rest are below what, even though Indonesian energy is popping up now, it's rearing its ugly head on low volume, granted, but we'll keep an eye on that as we have done with the rest of the oil stocks. This is my momentum scanner. What this tells me what's moving the most over the last 15 minutes. It's still sorted in the same way, and you can see over the last 15 minutes, volume, the price, etc. And I've got my surging scanners. So this is exactly the same information presented in the last 5 minutes, and this is based on volume. So where is the trades taking place? Where is the action taking place? Down here I have my signals. So at the moment I've got it set to price spikes. When the open market starts, we'll start looking at Holton resumes, and I've got the rolling news ticker here, so we can do that. And what's great about this is I can just click on any of these. I click on, for example, click on Fang Dang Network. It brings up and opens a window, which I'll bring up for everybody to see up here. It opens a window like that, and it's got all the data I need to have a look at the news. I can look at the key data, size of the float, short interest, the financials, if there's a calendar, what kind of calendar, is it IPO, is it earnings, what the financials, all of the information that's relevant to me for this particular ticker, and it's all there at my fingertips. So that's Benzinga. Okay, I'll just pull up where you can find all this information. So if you swipe left into my profile and here follow the TikTok trader, it may bring this up, it may not, but if it does, you open it anyway. And Benzinga is this one. So I've just shown you Benzinga. So if you click on Benzinga, it will bring you to Benzinga Pro, and you can go up there, start your free trial. And this gives you, so if you're looking for stock picks, if you're looking for signals, this is where I get all my information. You can do it yourself, or you can just start your free trial there. Okay, so that's Benzinga Pro. If you're looking to learn how to do all this, then this first one is for you. So this is the course that, by popular demand, I've put together for everybody that wanted me to and asked me to. So this is the course, and it's got the full syllabus. I've just added a few more resources to it over the weekend, so it is being updated on an ongoing basis. But you can get the first lesson free on YouTube, Introduction to Trading. The rest, you've got risk management, stock selection, chart setups and chart understanding, intraday chart patterns, which is extremely important because I'm a pattern day trader. That's essentially what I'm looking for my entry and exit signals. I use those patterns with certain trading strategies, which is the next lesson. I get my stock selection. I've got a full tutorial on how to use Benzinga. So remember talking about Benzinga, there's a full tutorial there and what I'm looking for. You don't have to just use Benzinga. If you look at TradingView, for example, so this is TradingView. If you go to TradingView even has a stock screen there themselves. So you can actually get, it's a free one, FinViz, Yahoo Finance, anything like that. But I use Benzinga. I find it incredibly useful. Then we look at trade management, the psychological aspects of day trading. You know, if you're risk averse, trading is probably not the right career for you. Then we get into the technical side of things. So level 2, hotkeys, that kind of thing. I've even got, there's a tutorial in there, a paper tutorial from Daytrader, which is the platform I use. If you're going to do it as a business, then trade as a business and business planning. Then we get some advanced technical indicators and an introduction to options trading. For those of you that have already subscribed into the course, I'm just working at the moment on adding a couple more lessons. So I'm going to be working on adding a chapter on swing trading. And I'll probably get into a bit more into options trading, but I'm also going to add a chapter on crypto as well. So for everybody who wants to get involved in crypto, so it's $146 a month. Now, if we go back, say that this is an affiliate marketing course, so you're probably wondering why I've got all these links. It's because I do affiliate marketing as well. I've got multiple streams of income, and affiliate marketing is one of them. TraderView is where I do my journaling. This is how I got all the statistics that I use for. So if I look at, I'll pull this across here. I've got my detailed statistics, look at days, times, volumes, instruments, which one's been my best one, which one's been my worst one, whether I'm in line with the wider market movement, you know, all of these statistics are very relevant. And you look at if I look at it on the monthly, you can see I've already had 3 red days this month already. The rest have been green. So, well, 4 red days because it was a marginal day on Wednesday, and my trade profit and loss on the 2nd didn't cover the commissions. So, you know, this is TraderView. I'll move this back to over here, and let's say TradingView is this is TradingView. So this is the charting. If you can't get in there before pre-market because your broker won't let you, use TradingView to map out the key levels. By all means, I know some people that use the charting for TradingView and just put the montage over the top of it and do it that way. So and that actually are trading in TradingView. So you know, I don't, but I know someone that does. Daytrader is the platform that I use. So this here is Daytrader. This is what I'm using on a daily basis to execute my trades, and essentially that's how my desktop's set up. Here's my face. That's a good question, and if you were listening earlier, you probably just joined before I actually said it, but if you were listening earlier, you would have heard me say, don't copy my trades blindly. Simple fact is that I don't want to be responsible for you losing any money. That's the bottom line. When you're trying to copy my trades, if you're trying to copy my trades, then you're going to be delayed. The stream is delayed. Okay. It's whether it's TikTok, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitch, whichever, Twitter, wherever you're actually watching this stream, there's about 3 seconds delay, the latency on the stream. So when I take a position, you're seeing it after I've already taken it. And when I exit a position, you're seeing it after I've already exited. So, you know, I wouldn't advise that you pay for signals or alerts. I wouldn't advise that you follow anyone blindly. In fact, the only thing I would say is learn. I've just shown you where I get my alerts from, where I get my stock picks from, and I would say go and do that. Look at FinViz, look at TradingView, do any one of these scanners to pick up your own stock picks. Don't follow anyone blindly. Don't pay for alerts because you'll lose money. They don't work. Trust me, I know. I've done that in the past myself. And learn the strategies. Learn how to spot the entry and exit points. Okay, so rather than see, the problem with that mentality is, okay, you've done all the work, you've learned how to get profitable, you've learned the strategy. I just want to be lazy and copy you. It's the wrong mindset because it's not sustainable. So what you want to be doing is learning the same strategies that I learned, learning the exit and entry points that I know, and that way you can actually look at the charts and pick your own entry and exit points. Okay, so as opposed to being reliant on somebody else who may have an agenda to take your money, which 99.9% of people in the market that's all they're trying to do is take your money. That's the game that we're in. We're here to make money. Okay. Do I trade Nasdaq, S&P, and the Dow? Not on a daily, because they're derivatives. They don't move on their own. They have no intrinsic value. They don't move on their own. They're reliant on the instruments that make them up. So I would rather trade those instruments that make them up with volume than try and trade them. The volatility, you'd need at least a 20x. If you're trading the Nasdaq, unless you're doing like an E-mini or you're doing an ETF like the SPY, trade the Nasdaq or the S&P 5 or even the Dow, you need about 20 times leverage because the percentage moves are tiny. You're looking at most days, you're looking at like less than a percentage move either way. Whereas you get real volatility. If you trade the instruments themselves, you get real volatility. So if I look at the SPY, which is the S&P 500, so it's an ETF which is mirroring the S&P 500, like the E-mini, if you will. That's currently 0.05% down on the day. Whereas if I look at, I've already traded Kid Pick, it's 19% up on the day. The volatilities with Kid Pick, you know, we've got those bigger moves, and of course the volume's there as well. You get a lot of volume with things like the SPY, but they're not going to move them. They're not going to move the needle very much. So that's why I don't trade the indexes or in terms of futures or indexes, because they're a derivative. If you trade derivatives, it's usually, in my opinion, and again, it's only my opinion, it's usually better to trade the instruments that make up that derivative. Hey, John. Welcome back. Get on them. Just waiting for something to get on there, Tangerine. Don't worry. Mullen Automotive is the one in the EV sector at the minute that's moving. BBIG that I picked out. So they're in my Discord. I sent out what I was watching, and BBIG was in there. It's already up 22%. Mullen Automotive's already up 20%. So I sent that out this morning about an hour ago, 2 hours ago, something like that. Yeah, about 2 hours ago I sent that out. Kid picks up 19%. We're just watching for. We got on the we're getting a bit of consolidation now, so we got on there earlier. We managed to make a little bit. Got 25 minutes to the bell. So we're currently $700 to the good. A good start on a Monday. Don't know who Steve is, but you know, you tell me where Steve is, Connor. Dogecoin to the moon. Good luck with that one. I hope it does, because although it's been trading lower. That's why we're all consolidating. Let's have a look at these meme coins, shall we? So Doge, Coinbase. Okay, so Dogecoin currently 12 cents, and last week it reached a high of 12.5 cents. So we're not getting a huge lot of volatility with Doge. These meme coins, these dog face coins, are seem to have lost a bit of steam. Let's have a look at Shiba, because that did have a good day over the weekend, I believe. But yeah, so the 19th it went up to 25 millionths of a penny or whatever that is, and now it's back down at 23. So we're not. It's not. It popped up and then sold off. Have a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin. No, it's the wrong one. That's market cap. I want. USD on Coinbase. I use Coinbase being the largest one. So currently at 41s. So we tried to get over 42,500 over the weekend. Not really. Friday and Saturday it touched up there, but so Bitcoin is finding a bit of support at $40 now. So $40,000. So that's potentially a profitable sign. But I've been saying this for weeks now. The real line in the sand is 45,000. If we get back over 45,000 and hold it for a week or longer, I can see that we potentially could go on another bull run. But until we get over 45, I mean, it's really finding it difficult to break that 45 level. So it's more consolidation than anything else. I think we've seen the lows. We're probably not going to get south side of 30,000 again for a long time, if ever. I'm bullish on the whole crypto space. I think we probably have the possibility of getting a six-figure Bitcoin by the end of the year. It certainly wouldn't surprise me, but say we've got to break that 45k resistance level before we do that. So okay. No, it's not so much Dash Trader as the broker that you. So Dash is the platform, and you can do options trading with it. Although I don't like doing the options with it, I prefer the options chain in Interactive. You can do futures, you can do forex with it, you can do equities. I only use it for equities, so stocks and shares and things. It's with Dash, but it depends on your broker. So I'm using a broker that doesn't carry crypto. Okay, so I would use. I've got a few different crypto accounts, but I would primarily use Coinbase, and for the more obscure coins, maybe BitGet. If I wanted to get into one of these pump coins, maybe Pancake Swap or something like that. But BitGit and Coinbase are the exchanges that I would use on a regular basis for crypto. Okay, so nice that you PDD was looking interesting actually. Let's have a quick look at the chart. So it's up on the day. Pinduoduo. It's up on the day. It's up around 45.30s at the moment. So it's holding the gains it's had over the last week. So whether it drops or not, I'm not going to predict whether it will or not, but based on its current trend, it's in an upwards trend. It's above the VWAP, so its current sentiment is bullish, not bearish. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just giving you my opinion on PDD. It's in a bullish upwards trend at the moment. Okay, so BBIG, can you enter pre-market if your broker allows you to buy pre-market, allows you to trade pre-market? Yeah. It depends on your broker. It's if your broker carries BBIG and they are open pre-market, then there's nothing stopping you buying pre-market. Right now, BBIG, it needs a bit more volume, but it's still again it's an upwards trend at the moment. It's slightly above the well, it's in and around the VWAP. It's around $3 at the moment. It did go up as high as 325, mid 320s, just at about 4 o'clock, 4:30. So it's just consolidating sideways at the minute, but it is a popular Vinco's a popular stock with some of the social media channels, Reddit and Core and you know all those places. So it does have short interest as well. Let me just have a quick look at the current short interest with BBIG. Okay, short interest. A few days to cover. Okay, so some big shorts in there. It's not a huge short interest. It does have short interest, about 12%. Oh, it's not as big short interest as something like Bed Bath and Beyond or AMC even at 20%. But what was Indonesian Energy at? Indo. Yeah, let's have a quick look because that went up. It was about 49% shorted at one stage. Let's have a look. It was 45% shorted at the minute, Indonesian Energy. And oh, it could be interesting. So days to cover on this as well with all of these shorts is today. So could be interesting day for Indonesian Energy. Get some shorts covering. Okay. I don't know anything, Connor. You're probably right. So what are you in my stream for? You know, you enjoying yourself in the stream? I know how to make money, which you trying to get on a pump and dump with Sphere 3D clearly shows you don't know what you're doing at all. You're a gambler. So you'll not learn about gambling on my stream, you know? So I'm looking at out-of-date short interest, am I? Okay, fair enough. I would trust Benzinga over someone called Connor9558 who doesn't know what he's talking about. But, you know, you do you, boo-boo. I've been profitable for the last year or so, which is, you know, and I've proven that live on stream. What have you done, Connor? You come into my stream and start shouting, you know, BS. But, you know, you obviously need a hug or something. You know, these fake traders probably not made any money on their in their entire life. Their idea of making money is making $50 one time and then losing it on the next time, and then having to they blow up their account and they have to recharge their account. And recharging their account shows a little uptick on their on the metrics because they've got extra revenue going in, and they'll count that towards the stats. But you do you, Bibu. You made 30k year one. Good luck. Good luck. You know how much I made last year? Over 800k. So come back when you're talking six figures, yeah? I made 74k in February alone. I made 135k in January, and I don't know what I'm doing apparently. We're halfway through March, and I'm already 52k up in 1 month. Not even. What are we? 15 trading days in? It's got nothing to do with age, you muppet. It's to do with knowledge. It's to do with ability. You know, you're coming on here acting the big one, pretending that you made 30k in your first year, and I've made more than that since the first of this month. So don't come on telling me I don't know what I'm talking about when clearly I do, because I do it live every single day, and I'm trying to educate people in how to do it, and you're just showing yourself up. Idiot. Okay. Worst pick. Sold off down near the VWAP. And Mullen is losing volume. I don't want to block him. I want to help him, and he's one of those people that thinks he knows more than he probably was. Dropped out of high school because he was interrupting the teacher because he thought he knew more than the teacher. The guy's probably 17 years old. You know, he's too stubborn to learn something. He's not prepared to listen to somebody that's actually got experience and making money. And if you actually listen, Connor, you might learn how to actually trade the markets instead of jumping on bloody stupid pump and dumps, which you're guaranteed to be left holding the bags. My first full year was last year, actually, Connor. My first full year's trading was last year. I started trading in 2020. So, you know, the fact that I've been profitable over the last year, and you're trying to act the big one with 30k. I've made more than 30k in a single trade a couple of weeks ago. Go figure. No point coming onto a stream where, you know, there is a little bit of knowledge being dished out, and you're acting the maggot. You know, you're just making yourself look stupid. So the volume's dried up at the minute, guys. Oh, hang on a minute. We've got what's this one? Neurosense Therapeutics. Let's have a look at this one. Neurosense Therapeutics surges on FDA clearance. Okay. Let's have a look at the volume. It's good relative volume as well. So that's NRSN, Neurosense Therapeutics. Absolutely, Jack. So my strategy is the time frame is personal choice. I like to trade the 1 minute and the 5 minute. If you're trading the 2 minute and the 10 minute, it's the same it's the same thing. It's just not as volatile as maybe the 1 minute. You might want to trade the 15 minute and sorry, the 5 and the 15 minute. What you're looking for in the slightly higher time frame is the confirmation, and you'll get certain setups and certain patterns forming on the higher time frame, which because of the noise in the lower time frame, you won't see it. So you want to get the best entry points on the lower time frame, but you want confirmation on the higher with the pattern. So don't yeah, I mean, you don't have to trade on the 1 or the 5, but it's personal preference. No, Connor, you're throwing insults. You're not trying to talk. You're saying I don't know anything. When I'm like, okay, if I don't know anything, why are you on the stream? I mean, there are literally, lots of people across all these streams with Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and he probably does, and TikTok. There's a lot of people on these streams. They're actually learning from me, and I'm teaching them how to trade. And you coming on here saying I don't know anything, I don't know what I'm talking about, and spouting complete BS because it's clear that you're the one that doesn't know what you're talking about, is not just talking. Okay, I've not even talked about Sphere 3D. You were talking about a pump and dump. I'll look at it for you, and I'll give you my opinion, shall I? So this is Sphere 3D, and if for those of you on YouTube or whatever, this is on the hourly time frame. So it's been selling. So Sphere 3D has been selling off since mid-February. I'm just going to look at it on the higher time frame because when in doubt, scroll out. So low volume, first and foremost. It's low volume, low value. On an intraday basis, there's no trade there. From a swing trade basis, it's been moving up for the last couple of days. It's had a good week in terms of progress. Is that an indication? If you're looking at the 4-hour time frame, there's a reversal candle there, not looking great. So I wouldn't be going long term on it. There's a little bit of an upwards trend over the last week. That's about it. That's what I can say about Sphere 3D. If you're holding bags on this and you're expecting it to moon to do $5-6, then you'll be holding your bags a long time. It's not going to do that. In the long term, it's in a downwards trend. You may be seeing that it's getting a bit of upwards momentum at the moment. It's down on the day from Friday. It's actually gapping down on the day, but it's getting a bit of upwards momentum since last week. But then again, so did the wider market. So I would take that with a pinch of salt because the chart there looks very similar to the wider market chart. So that's my opinion on Sphere 3D Corps. If I look at the actual details of it, look at the fundamentals, which, as I keep telling everybody, I'm not a big fundamental. I'm not a big fundamental head. I prefer to concentrate on the technicals on an intraday basis because the fundamentals can fake you out. Okay, so any news on Sphere 3D? Well, they've received a non-compliance notice from NASDAQ. That's not a very good sign. So that's could be worrying. Let's have a look at the key data. 63 million share float, 8% short interest. So it's not a huge short float either. Short interest, we're looking at days to cover. Okay. And then we're looking at what else do we need to look at on this one. So for me, it just lacks volume. Well, it's below what I would trade normally because it's under $3. It's a low value stock, and it lacks volume. There's not enough people trading it for it to be an intraday trade for me. You're just not going to get the volatility. I mean, on an intraday basis, you're getting a range of kind of 10, 15 cents. So where are you going to make your profits on this? It's not a day trading. It's not one for day trading. That's my opinion on Sphere 3D. Pick. It's down below the VWAP now, so I'm just waiting for the market to open in a couple of minutes. Do I trade break and retest strategy? So break and retest strategy is basically support and resistance. Whoever you've learned that from, they've named it something different. So yes, you want to be breaking resistance and wait for the pullback. So it retests that resistance as support, and that's when you buy in. And you want to be looking for an entry point there. So you either wait for it then to break new highs, or you wait for a kind of a bull flag type signal, and you get in on the next candle to make a new high, depending on the setup that you're getting. So yes, break and retest is just support and resistance strategy. Right now, I'm just going to. We've got 45 seconds to the market open. They are. I've got the filter on my scanners. That's what I've got, Alistair. I'm not looking anything under $3. Anything under. Whoa, hang on a minute. You're absolutely right. They were. Must have. No. Put the regular market on. So the market's open. You can see that there's not a lot moving right now. Just wait for. Okay, so let's have a look at PIC. So PIC almost came up and tested this pre-market high up here, which is 718. So 720. We're getting a nice little opening range candle forming. So somebody might have jumped in there straight away for a bounce on the it broke the VWAP and then came back and retested it at the open, then went up and then sold off. Then it got faked out at $7. What we want to see is this break of the pre-market high. Let's have a look at Mullen. So we got a break of the pre-market high, but we didn't get the follow through. So we'll put the current high of day 364. That's Mullen. Bit of a sell-off. We're getting a bit of red forming. So I want to see this breaking 720s. Kid Pick goes up and breaks 720s. We could go on a run to about 750. Previous high was on Friday was 758. Just get a bit of a pullback, a bit of rejection there at 715s. Get a lot of volume coming in though. So we're getting a bit of selling pressure there. So we're going to go up and test that pre-market high again. See it up and above. I want to see 725s. Got in for the break of 718s. It didn't break, so we'll pull back to the VWAP. Got that opening range candle is our range. Okay. So Kid Pick selling off now. Right, we get it. Okay, so that's cost us £5,000. So we're down 5,000 on that one. So it broke below that candle, and that was what we didn't want to see. So we'll probably come back and retest the highs again now, which is fine. So Mullen Automotive is on a bit of a run. Want to look for an entry point. EBIG is on its way up. Vinco Ventures. Looking for an entry point here. We've got a window above $4. 371 on the daily. After that, next level is $4. So BBIG is the one that's moving up at the minute. See some volume come in on either of these. BBIG is not stopping. I did say that's going to get the volume after the bell. It's got a very loyal following. All of the markets are up. No, oh, yeah, you're right. Well spotted there. So pick Mullen. See the break of this high is 83. Always do this on Monday. Lose at the bell and have to claw it back. Mondays are not my good, not my best trading day for some reason. Well, it wasn't last Monday, that's for sure. It was an absolute car crash last Monday. Oh, did we get a bit of a pullback there? So I'm just looking at the scanners, the watch list. Mullen and BBIG are the ones that have moved up the most since the bell. Just keep an eye on those guys. Mullen is the one with the volume. So the high of that candle is 375. Don't mind a bit of a consolidation pullback, gives us an opportunity to actually get back in. So Mullen Auto is the top gapper now, followed by BBIG. They were on the watch list I pushed out to the Discord this morning. of this candle is 370. So looking for a bit of a reversal from this pullback. Even the markets are pulling back a little bit now. Bit of consolidation is not necessarily a bad thing. Let's see what's Indonesian energy doing. Selling off. So Allegheny, which is symbol Y, is moving up on news that it's going to be acquired by Mr. Buffett himself. Warren Buffett's hedge fund is acquiring an insurance company called Allegheny. I saw that this morning. That's like $848 a share. So zoom out a little bit so I can see what we're looking at. Mullen Automotive. Okay, we've got room to get up to kind of $4 here. Right now, this 10 cents. What did I get in? 365, 355. Let's give it 10 cents risk. I want to see this up, back up, test those highs. Just waiting there for a bit of volume. A bit coming in there. Okay, yeah, that went against us. So we'll look for the bull flag breakout. We had the extension, we had the flagpole, then we had the pullback, and then when we got in there for the break of new highs, it went up to 369. A bit increase in volume, but it didn't really come through. So then it's just sold off. So I'll wait for another entry. BBIG, you're really showing BBIG, not PBIG. Vinco Ventures. So let's have a look at BBIG. That's pulling back. DD, just let's have a quick look at the chart on DD. So that just went from red to green. Back at where it was on Friday. Have a look at the 15-minute. Okay, so let's take a starter position here. Wait for break 430s. Got this opening range break here. It's 350s. Needs to be over 350s. So high of that candle is 359. So get 360. Break the 360, or will we get pulled back? 375. Pre-market highs $4. Okay. 50 cents awaits. So this is Hudson Capital. All of that one is 333. Just talking, we're just in this trade now. Hudson Capital. HUSN. Rejected. Got a bit of flat top forming here at 360. This is the fourth time it's been up there and tested. It's coiling under that 360 level. So we want to see it break 360, move up to kind of 375, 380 with volume. Currently it's around, currently trading around 350s. Hold this for the consolidation. Test of the VWAP. Just waiting on some volume coming in as well. So DD's up there, Hudson. So we're looking at this testing 360 again. A lot of selling pressure at that 360 level. Bit of volume coming to break that barrier, and we'll be fine, I think. Been up to $4 pre-market. We had a bit of a resistance there at 370s pre-market, 375 at the $0.75 level. That's really what I want to see it. Above 360, and then we can see where it goes after that. Take some profits at the 380 level. Okay. A little bit of volatility there. Just watching this, being patient. Kid pick didn't do anything after the open. sold off. DBIG is below the VWAP as well. Mullen's just retaken the VWAP, so $360 levels proving a little bit difficult to get over at the minute. So that's the current high of day, 360. I'm looking for a high of day breakout. See volume as we break above 350s. I want to see volume to push us up towards 360, and then I'll actually add to the position if that's the case. Again, a bit of a lower volume candles at the moment. This consolidation, this sideways consolidation. Interesting catalyst. Question is the market going to continue to react to it, or are we getting a bit of a flat bottom now? We had a flat top, we get a flat bottom. Right. So I don't want to see this below that level there, which is $3. $3 cut off on this. Quite a lot of volume in that last candle, but it was a red candle, so we don't like that. The volume flush. I want to see the bulls come in and buy it back up, move back up above the VWAP. So everything exhibiting similar patterns. A quick spike at the open, then the sell-off, and then the recovery back around, and that's what we're looking for here. So if this drops below, I don't trade below $3. So if this drops below $3, then I'm out, and that'll be me done for the day if that's the case. Right, get out. Well, Mondays are not my bag, obviously. So we've what we made up last week, we've just lost again today. So we're setting ourselves up every week this last 2 weeks for Red Mondays. So we've just lost 27k today. Again, pretty much like we did last Monday. So actually it was 31 last Monday, but we clawed all that back. We were 2.5k down going into the weekend. So yeah. Mane, I've already answered that question. Do I trade break and retest strategy? It's the support and resistance strategy. It's just a different name. It's the same thing. So I'm done for the day. I'll stick around and give you commentary, but I'm just gonna, so I don't do anything. I'm just gonna lock this, lock my montage so I don't trade. So that's me done. I'm over my my max loss for the day. Yes, I traded. You know, I actually did put a video up on YouTube of it yesterday about support and resistance. So yes, it's not a strategy as such. It is part of a wider. It's a technique. It's part of wider strategies. But yes, use support and resistance. So for the break of a resistance level, you look for the support to pull back and test it as support for an entry. So if you, like just then, I was trading this one and it was getting stopped at 360. It was resistance like 4 or 5 times. If that had then broke above 360, the idea is that you wait for it to break and then pull back to that 360 level and use it to confirm it as support, and then get in for the move up. So yes, I use that. Thank you, Matthew. Guys, let's, only 500 likes on the stream. Let's get that like count up over 1,000 likes. We've lost money today, but you know we did last week. We need to get out of this habit of creating a hole at the beginning of the week. That's happened 2 weeks in a row now, I think. Let me just pull up my trader view reports and have a look. We had 2 losses last week. It was Wednesday the 2 weeks previous. So we had 4 red days. This is going to be red day number 5. So yeah, we need to get away from that. Okay, still got 40k in equity to spend. So we're still 10 grand up or whatever it is at the moment. 20 grand. Yes, that's 42. So yeah, so 10 grand up on the month, which is far cry from where we want to be. So have to look for opportunities to the markets. The wider markets have just sold off. So the SPY, it went up 446. Now it's down at 443. The Nasdaq went up at 352. It's now down at 348. So they've gone from you know half a percentage point up, a percentage point up in one case, and they're now down. Nasdaq's down a whole percentage point, and SPY's down 0.1%. So the wider markets are selling off. Just need reevaluate, because that went completely against us. So yeah, that's impatience, kicking the teeth. No, it happened last week as well. So we clawed it all back last week, and we just need to claw it back again this week. So you know, if we can do that, great. If not, then it's one of those things that well, there is no if not. We just have to do it. So we've got 2 weeks left to get profitable for the month. It's been proving to be a very choppy month. We're still profitable on the month, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to keep zooming out. So if you make a losing trade, you zoom out. Okay, where am I on this ticker? If you've read on that ticker, you zoom out. Okay, where am I on the day? If you've read on the day, you zoom out. You know, like, okay, well, where am I on the week? And if you still read on the week, you zoom out. Where am I on the month? So I'm still green on the month. So I'm still profitable trader this month, but only just. So 2 big red days. Red day last Monday. Red day this today. And again, just holding on to the losers too long. Should have exited that at 330 at that support level. But held on to it. till $3. So not ideal. What are you going to do? Look, anybody that buys into this, I appreciate what you're trying to say there, Fran, but this whole concept of they're out to get us, or you know, conspiracies or insider trading or all this kind of stuff, I don't buy it. Let's just have a look at Hall of Fame. HOV, is it F, is it? HOFV. So Hall of Fame, I mean, I remember trading this last year when it was at a decent price. Let me just have a look at it on the daily. Yeah, it was back up at like $10 or something, $10 or whatever. Look at weekly. Yeah, I traded it when it first went up. It was $10, went up to $12. The whole NFT sector went buoyant. So that would have been the end of 2020, I think it was. Christmas time. The whole NFT sector went mad on the weekly. Yeah, so it was summer 2020. It popped up again in this time last year, March, April last year. That's when I was trading it as well. I actually made some money on it last year. Lost money on it the year before, but it's been selling off ever since. So I don't think there's anything about insider trading or anything like that. It's just been selling off. It's just not a good stock. 119s, Hall of Fame, resorts and things. It's I wouldn't say it's something that I would be looking to invest in long term. That's for sure. It's a horrible chart on the daily. Very weak. If I look at it on the hourly time frame, this last couple of days, it's fine. There's maybe it's a lower price stock. You might get you might be able to get some action on that on the intraday, but it's way too low volume for me. Swing trade maybe. There's nobody trading it. Look at it. There's nobody trading it at all. Back to the daily. Volume today. Looking at 730,000 people have traded it in total. So yeah, it's not something I'm going to be trading. It lacks volume. What volume level is good? It's got to be relative volume. So you've got to look at it from the volume in respect to its float size. So for example, if you get Bank of America trading on 5 million volume, it's not going to mean much because the size of the float first and foremost. But also the range there's no volatility there. It's, you know, you're talking 10 cent, 5-10 cent range on any given day. It could be typical. So it's got to be relative volume. So you look at the float size. So if you look at Indonesian Energy, for example, we've been trading that over the last couple of weeks. It's got a 2.5 million share float, but it's trading like 20-30 times its volume. It's got like in one day, I think it was 200 million shares were traded on a 2.5 million share float, which is ludicrous. So that was extremely high relative volume. But then you look at it from on a daily basis. If something's if on an average day it trades, let's say it trades 500,000 shares on an average day, and this particular day it's trading 5 million shares. It's got high relative volume, so it's 10 times more than what it normally trades. which basically means that you've got your normal institutional traders that are invested in it. You've got your normal people that trade it, that are trading it, but there's a lot more interest in that stock on that particular day. That's why it's trading at such a higher level of volume. Now, if that higher level of volume, relative level of volume, is still puny in terms of the float, it's not going to move much. So you're not going to get the volatility. You want high relative volume, and you want volatility as well in addition to that, and that's what you're looking for for intraday trades. So I hope that makes sense, Tony. Typical. Okay. Look for the breakout. See what transpires. Nothing by the looks of it. It's getting rejected. So pick is selling off. Might Tony, you've hit your max loss. Don't get back in. I was thinking maybe I should short. Maybe I should short, but no, I'm not going to short it. While it's above the yeah, okay. Does doing live chats not take away from trading? Yes, it does, Fran. It can be distracting. It can be distracting. Okay, I had Neo up here actually. So Neo is down, selling off. It's currently at 2030s cornflake. 2030 is what it is. So it opened, sold a quick sell-off, and then tried to make a recovery, got back above the VWAP around 21s, and then at what's that, 15 minutes in, decided, okay, no, we're not having any of that, and sold off. Now it's trading sideways around the 20, just above $20 a share. So 2020. That's Neo. If I look at it on the hourly, let's see where we are, because it had a couple of good days last week. I had 4 really good days last week. It was trading around 13s at the start of the week, and now it's up at 2020. So again, what I'm saying is zoom out. If you're holding Neo, zoom out in it, you're in a good position from last week. It's still not up at the highs of kind of $50, but it's selling off today. It's trading sideways at the minute around $20. So I think if we've 1950 is a level to watch. You don't want to see it fall below 1950. If it breaks $20, I can see that if it does break $20, then 1950 is really the level you don't want it to go below, because then we're looking at probably a drop to $18. So $18, $17.50 even. So just be careful. If it breaks 20, you want to see it bounce at 1950. Would I short pick? Well, let's have a look at pick. I'm not saying I will short pick, but if looking at this now, so what I would look for is again, you look for those support and resistance areas, and you look for it to come back to a resistance area, what may have been support previously, and that's when you would go short on it. You would sell before you've actually taken a position. You'd hey Richard. You would sell and then you would look to buy. So you use the same strategy, it's just in reverse. So you sell first and you look for the same levels, support resistance levels. You look for the break of those areas. You look for similar patterns. Instead of a flat top, you look for a flat bottom. Instead of a bull flag, you look for a bear flag. So The principles are the same, but they're just inverted. That's all. So what are we seeing on Neurosense? That's the one that's making the move. So get above $4. I'm interested. Need it above $4. It's currently 150% up on the day, Neurosense. The top gapper. 25.5 million shares traded. I want to see this take $4 and then hold it. It's got rejected at $4 twice, 3 times now on the 1 minute. So that's for the 4th time. It keeps going up there. So it's 4th candle to reject the $4. There we go. Just broke it. We want to see the volume push on. We want to see the volume push on, and 410, 420. This could go quite a way. We've got blue skies. Blue skies now. This could go all the way up to kind of 450s. Nothing to stop it. It's gone from in the last 10 minutes. It's gone a whole dollar. There's nothing stopping it going another whole dollar. Potentially. Oh, sorry about that, Jack. It's a choppy market at the minute, Jack. So just be careful. Just be careful. Just because they're what was the catalyst on Neurosense? This was the Alzheimer's one, wasn't it? Yeah. Neurosense surges on FDA nod to study ALS candidate in healthy subjects. Pharmacokinetic study of prime C in healthy adult subjects. So it's a FDA approval. Going to have to take a bio break in a minute. Yeah, Neurosense is the top gapper. It's currently 155% up on the day. 30 million shares traded. That's where all the action's happening. Well, Hudson Capital has also got 25 million shares traded. So those are the two big movers at the moment. The volume at the moment is with Neurosense. So right now it's just consolidating on the $4 level. I see it 425s, 450s will be good. We've got another potential higher day breakout here. I see this up at 430s, 440s. Can we get 450? Sound like a bloody I'm just going to take some big profit off there. Happy days. Well, this could be the saviour to the day if it keeps going. I want to see $5. $5. Can we see $5? I get up towards $5. Shouldn't be in this because I should have hit my max loss, but now we've made some back. Made a considerable amount back. I see that $half level act as a support now. 450 act as a support. So we're in the red to a tune of about $11,000 at the minute, or $12,000 on the net. So I want to see the break. We've tapped 477 twice, so I want to see break 477. There you go. Nice little break of 477. Our average buy is 405, so we've got plenty room. Add there for a break of $5. Take half off. Right, okay, so we'll ride this now. So from 27 down, we're now in the hole for 3,000. We've got a decent position. Halt we're caught in a halt. No, false halt. I'll just take half off just in case we get caught in that halt if we do move up. Profitable. Happy days. There we go. The halt's moved up. So happy days. This is going really well. I like this. I like this stock. This could be potentially a really good trade. This is an amazing trade so far. Don't get ahead of yourself, Tony. So I'm going to add another 5,000 shares for the move up towards $6. Actually, okay, false halt. 579 is the halt level still. The way this is going, if it does halt, I'll be very surprised if it. There we go. 595 is now the halt level, and it's moved up. Okay. In for 10,000. I'm just going to take 5,000 off there at that halt level, 595. We're still in for 5,000 shares. We're green on the day. What a phenomenal comeback, Tony. Well done. Alt is 614 now. Did I get filled? Did I get? Yeah, I got filled. Excellent. There you go. Happy days, guys. Happy days. Clawback, amazing. And even if I do say, I'm not saying I'm the best trader in the world, but I'm definitely in the top 3. It's Warren Buffett, then it's Cathy Wood, and then it's me. So I'll talk you through this. So we got this high here, got this pullback, and then it retested the high, pull back again, and then we went up. That's where I got in. Okay, the break of this high. As I got in, new candle, it went up, pulled back slightly. We just held through. We actually added to the position, and then we started taking profits for the move up. And put profits here. We added back here and took some profits off at the same time, effectively just taking half of the profits. We took some more profits here and here, added back, took some profits, and we've just added back into the halt. So currently we're 10,000 shares in here. And despite being 27,000 down at one stage, this trade is already realized $35,000 realized. So we're currently 7,000 good on the day, or 6,000 in the net, and we're looking like we're going to halt. We're going to gap down at this level, which is not it's not great, but we'll see. We'll see. The gap down, I've got a good cushion on this one, so I can always exit really quickly. So fantastic recovery. This is Neurosense Therapeutics. To make the 5K, to make the 35K, you mean? So I went big size. It was 25,000 shares at six. That would be about $150,000 to make that. 25,000 shares is about $150,000 worth of buying power. So right now, this is looking like it's going to gap down. So if it gaps down, I'm just going to exit. $5.17. 2 minutes. I can do it. I can do it. Be back in a second. Bio break. Okay. So 10:17. We've got a minute left. Minute left of the halt. So 10:17 and 50 seconds it halted. So we're at 10:22 and 10 seconds. So 40 seconds. So I need to get ready with the exit just in case it does pull back. It's looking like it's going to pull back about 30 cents. Our entry is 560. It looks like it's going to resume around 585, 580s. Currently at 641. So if it pulls back as far as 560, that's our cue to get out. Our stop loss is 560. It's very extended on the 5 minute. We've not had a single there's the resumption. There we go. We'll get out. Okay, so we lost about 3,000 on that flush. So we're currently 4,000 up on the day, which for me is yeah, I had stopped for the day, mate, and then this just went on a massive run. So now the high of day for us to get back in is 615. So we've recovered all of it, Alistair. We've recovered all the whole 27k. We've recovered it all, and then some. So we're going higher. We're back in the break of highs. We're in for 10,000 shares. That's $60,000 worth of equity, in case you wanted to do the math. We'll take 5 off there for a little bit of a profit. And we break the highs. What's the high of this candle? Is 662. Here we go. Break 7. That's good. Halt is 718. We're in for 5,000 shares now. I want a nice little cushion on my buy price, on my average price. I want this above 725s. 718 is the halt level, so if it gets above 725, I'll be able to add back in, or without too much worry of a halt back down, gapping down from a halt. 745 is now the halt level. So this breaks, holds above 7. I'll add back the break of highs. Current 718. $622 is our buy, so we've got plenty room. High of this candle is 618, so 618 is our next add. Oh, this is almost got out there. 622, almost got below. So okay, we'll get out. So that stopped us out. That's fine. We've added more to it, so we're just shy of 5,000 down now on the day. 4,700 is our net position. How did I go red earlier? I held on to a losing position too long. That's how I went red earlier. How much do I have? I started today with 72,000 equity today. Mondays are usually terrible for me. We started today. We still had the drawdown from last week of 2,500, so we've covered that drawdown. We went 27 down, and we're back. We're 4,700 green now. Now my next entry here on this one is $7. So let's watch. I don't think we're done. I don't mind the pullback. It's very extended. We needed a 5-minute red candle just to cool off a little bit of consolidation, but I don't even think this candle might not even finish red. So we've got $7 is my next level. It won't do much for my accuracy, but certainly the P&L will be, the profit loss ratio, risk reward ratio will be good. Okay, so how to know when to hold on is you get a bit of profit, take a little profit. You don't exit your position. You exit half your position when you're in profit. And you've reached your profit goal, and if it's still moving up, you only take half the position off. You let it run a bit more with the rest. Okay, you can always add back what you've taken off at a higher price, but that initial entry price will give you a better cushion. So that means that you move your stop to break even at that stage. But if you then decide to add back at a later stage, you've got a better buy-in price. You've got a cushion on the average cost. So if you've then got a cushion on your average cost, if you do get a pullback, you can still get out for a profit. Does that make sense, Jack Sparrow? I'm trading Neurosense Therapeutics. It's not difficult to understand unless you don't understand it. And that sounds a bit, I know that's a stupid thing to say, but it's true. It's like anything. Until you actually spend the time to learn and spend the time to acquire the knowledge, anything can be difficult. Anything at all. What I'm looking for here is a little trend line. I mean, babies don't know how to walk until they learn. You know, you learn to drive, and it's really difficult learning to drive. And then 10 years later, after you've passed your test, you drive places and you zone out. You do it without thinking. It becomes second nature. You know, the amount of times I've got to a place and I thought, I don't remember the drive here. Too busy singing carpool karaoke stuff. So we've had our first red candle. On the 5 minute, that is. So we're just watching this consolidation now. High of this candle was 670. Need to I want to see it above 670. Currently 630s. So right now, based on where I was, I'm happy to walk away right now if I have to. Hey, baby. You've been sitting. I can feel the heat on you. You've been lying in the sunshine. It'll bleach your bloody black fur. It will. You'll end up brown. What stock am I looking at? Neurosense Therapeutic. It's trading under NRSN. It's got a good, it's good FDA approval. It's got a good catalyst. It's based on FDA approval news. So it really started motoring around just after 10 a.m. market time, and we had some really good green candles on the 5 minute time frame. And some good entry points there on the 1 minute. So we got in big size. for the break of the highs and rode it up. And it's made back all our losses from the day. On what crypto should you invest the $200 that you have right now? Well, it depends on what your objective is. If it is to grow it, then you can't go wrong with something like Cardano or XRP or something along those lines. So that's what I'm holding. But Solana's a good one as well. Polkadot. There's a number of good ones. If you want to make your $200 into, you don't mind losing your $200, but you want the potential to make it into 1,000, then get off the wider exchanges and do some research on some of the more up and coming coins that are priced a little bit lower, and then have a gamble. $200 on crypto. That's really what I would say you're getting. The $half level is showing as resistance level now, 650. No, absolutely. Royal's got it spot on there. You research some low cap coins that have got a good project behind them, that make sure that they're quite vocal. It's got a good, strong community behind it. So we've got to test in that 650 again. But we're just having a look at what else is moving. Okay, we've got another mover here, Sarah Prognostics. Low volume, so I'm not going to look at it. It's just moved up quite big in terms of the volume. This is, you want to be following the volume, and this is where it's all at the minute. 650 is the magical line in the sand at the moment. We're getting a lot of coiling at 650. So I'm looking for the break of 650. So on the 5 minute, we're looking for, on the 5 minute chart, we're looking for the next 5 minute candle to make a new high. Oh, interesting, interesting catalyst. The thing is that you never know how the market's going to react to an FDA approval. Sometimes it absolutely moons. This one's over 300% up already on the day. It's like 307% up on the day. So started off the day less than 150s, $1.50 something. So yesterday's close was 156. Now it's 640s. So just to put it into context, that FDA approval, and what might happen here with this. So this is why we don't get married to stocks, because this has gone up like 300%, might go up to 400% on the day, and we don't get married to it because we'll come in tomorrow morning and this will be red. It'll be down at $2 again. We might never hear it again. They can go up, they can go down just as quickly as they can go up. And this is the importance of being patient. I hadn't taken that trade with early doors with Houston, and we'll be a lot better off. Hudson, sorry. Could have been 50k up. 30. So just consolidating. 650 is a major key. It is. It's 650 is it's a psychological level. Those quarter, half, and whole dollar levels are always key psychological levels. But just the amount of times on the 1 minute time frame that it's actually tapped this level. If I look at the body of the candle as it broke this level in the first place, it came back and pulled to this level. And then it's tapped it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times since on the 1 minute time frame. So it held it as support once, and then it's been resistance ever since. So it's pulled back and it's been resistance. So now we're down at $6. So Kid Pick is trying to go green on the day. You better not be being sick. I don't want to have to clean that up. Next entries for me, 651. If it can break 651, we're getting a lot of coiling here under 650. So this range between $6 and 650 is crucial. It'll either break down, kind of got a bit of a flat bottom, if you will, forming. It'll either break down and fall down and go down, or it'll break up and move up. So we've got this 50-cent range now that it's got to decide which way it's going to go. Is it going to break up and break 650 and move back up to test the highs, or is it going to break downwards and start selling off now? People taking profits. Let's see if that little trend line works as a support level at 580 at the minute. And we're just coiling at the moment. We've started to get lower highs and higher lows. So we've got this triangle, this pennant shape forming. But something's got to give one way or the other. Uh, 25,000 shares there, Alistair. I took 25,000 shares when I entered the trade to start off with. For the break of the highs, when the volume came in and it broke the highs, I took 25,000 shares. On the right screen, it's DAS software. This is the middle screen where I'm actually trading, and this is DAS software. It stands for Direct Access Software, so DAS. DAS. That's the platform that I use. The broker is Capital Markets. This one down here at the bottom is Benzinga Pro. This is where I find the stocks, which is where I saw that Neurosense was surging from. So I saw the move on the scanners. That's when I clicked in it and actually saw that it was approaching the highs. So when it started approaching the highs, that's when it broke the highs, that's when we got in. So 650 is the magic level here. I'm getting a bit of a pennant shape. So we're just waiting for the next 5-minute candle to make a new high, which will be 646 actually. So if you look at the 5-minute chart with a potential bull flag formation here. So we've got the higher lows, we've got the lower highs, and the next candle to make a new high could be an entry point. So that would be 646 will be the next new high based on based on this candle's high being 645. So there's a number of different ways you can read it, but it depends on what the masses are actually looking at. So if they're looking at this and they're seeing this ascending support line here, they're seeing it on the 5-minute, they're seeing that the higher lows, if it breaks below this, so the low of this candle is 596, so if it goes to 595, that's kind of, that formation is null and void. So really we're just trying to, yeah, so that purple trend line I've got here is now at the lows that we need it to be at. So it's a case of who's watching this. I mean, there's literally millions of people watching this at the moment. We've had 227,000 trades today. We've got over 72 million shares traded, which when you consider that the float size, 72 million shares traded, and what is the float size on this one? It's not 72 million. I think it was about 20, if I remember rightly. Get rid of that and try again. Just got to wait for that. Well, that's the scanners need to be redone. So we just broke down below that level. So we've got a lower low. So that's that formation is now null and void. We don't mind that. I'll watch for the next entry. In the meantime, I'm just going to have to reset up my scanners. Bear with me, guys, while I reset these scanners. Yeah, I'll take you for a walk later. Okay, I think that pretty much does it for us. This is the last one. Regular, yeah, that's all the regular market. Okay. So let's get back to the chat. Apologies for that. Right, let's have a look at what was I looking for? I was looking for the float size, wasn't I? Key data. Yeah, so 7.5 million float, and no real short float, so it's good news. Neurosense Therapeutics shares are trading higher after the company announced it received an FDA clearance to initiate the pharmacokinetic study of Prime C in healthy adult subjects. For the uninitiated, what that means is I haven't a clue, but the market's taken very nicely to it, so we're not done with this one yet. Don't think. EBIG's just made a move up. It's above $3 again. It's trying to it's testing the VWAP. Kid Pick is above. It's green on the day now. It's above the yesterday's close or Friday's close. So just looking for Mullen Automotive was the other one, wasn't it? Okay, so that's ranging on the volume weighted average price. So we lost with Mullen, we lost with Kid Pick, and we lost with Hudson. So whatever happened to Hudson? Oh, it's still green. Still. It's below $3 now, so that's why it's not on my scanners. I've set my scanners to $3 and above. Okay, let's go back to the chat. Okay, what is the float? So the float, it's the free float, or which is often just called the float, is that's the amount of shares that are available to trade on any given day. Okay, so you might have a company that has, let's say, 10 million shares. When it lists, it'll have 10 million shares, but it might actually have a number of shares, 2 million shares actually tied up in institutional investments, or tied up in the company itself, or for whatever reason, there's only 8 million shares available to trade. So that means that it has a free float of 8 million shares to trade on any given day. So that's what the float is. It's the number of shares available to trade. Okay, and let me just go through some of the questions. What this big rig candle means with long wicks at both ends. So let me just go back to Hudson. So I'm assuming you mean this one, okay? So a big candle, doesn't matter about the color. So the top of the candle here is the high of that particular price, okay? So the highest that it transacted at would have been $6.75. The lowest price it would have gone to was $5.26 during this 1 minute time frame. It would have opened. So the opening price. So you've got it all here. It's so the opening price was $6. And then it moved up to $6.75, moved all the way down again to $5.54, and finished on. So it moved all the way down to $5.26 and finished on $5.54. So the wicks are the. It just shows you the range of the candle. The body shows you between the open and the close. Now, the shape of the candle can give you an indication of sentiment as well. If you've got a hammer candle or a hanging man, as it's known in a bull, it's an upwards trend, and you've got the body of the candle and then a long downwards wick. It's known as a hanging man, and it's a sentimental changing candle. And what tends to happen with that is on the 5 minute here, we've got the hanging man. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 green candles in the row on the 5 minute. And then we've got this red hanging man. Okay, now that's very indicative of, it's a bearish signal. It's indicative of a change in sentiment. Now you can have a similar shaped candle that is green on a downwards trending stock, and it's just known as a hammer. Okay, and that's also indicative of a changing sentiment, and it usually would mean that it's going to start moving upwards. So when you get a big hanging man like that, it's usually not, it's not necessarily a bad sign, but it's not usually good. Okay, it's usually a change in sentiment. Now, the fact that that was the first red candle in a while, it didn't really faze me that much, because we needed some consolidation. We needed a bit of a pullback. But since then, we had 2 more candles with lower highs, and then we actually broke a lower low. So that's where the sentiment is definitely confirmed as changed. So it's now consolidating sideways still, but I would say that we need this now to get back up above 650 before we can say that it's in the upturn again. So just do some research on candles and candle patterns, candle formations, and it not only does it actually. I probably should do a candle charting and reading candles video tutorial. I'll probably do that in the next couple of days and upload it to YouTube. That's probably the easiest way of doing that. And it would have been a potential bull flag, but for the lower lows, and this candle here on the if you're talking about on the 5 minute, this candle here that we were just talking about with the higher high and lower lows, it's completely negated that bull flag formation. So now we need to look for another setup. Where am I from? I'm actually in Dublin, Ireland. I'm originally from the UK, if you didn't guess the accent, but I'll have a look at EVTV, is what you're asking me to look for. EVTV. Envirotech vehicles. Okay, that's not, what market is that one? Let me just pull up my trading view. All right, so it's in OTC. So I don't carry OTC. It's pink sheets. It's an OTC stock. It's down at 33 cents. It's trading sideways. Not a lot of volume. Let's have a look at it on the daily. So this was an IPO back in December by the looks of it, and it traded sideways before selling off. And then last month it had a couple of really good days, and then yeah, I mean, if you're in this one, it's looking like it's got some sentiments of life and moving back up, but it's not one I would trade. A, the value. B, it's on the OTC markets, the over-the-counter markets, is what it stands for, and C, it's very low volume, and it will be. But if it's OTC markets, it's very low volume. Really nicey markets, the Dow, the Nasdaq, the SPY, that kind of stuff. That's where the volume actually is. So you're not going to get much from an intraday trade on this one if you believe in it, and it's got a range of about 2 cents or something at the moment. Over the last couple of days, it's ranging between 32.50 and 34.50, 35. So 2.5 cents range. There's not a lot of movement there on this one, and it's very low on volume. But if you know something, if you believe in it, and that sector, the EV market, is a buoyant sector, so people are going to start buying more EV vehicles, particularly with the price of fuel going up the way it has as well. So it could be worth a swing trade. Don't put all your money in it. Might be worth a bit of a gamble, because it has had a couple of good days in a row. So for a swing trade, maybe. It's not for me. It's too risky for me. Just a suggestion: have your camera facing your screens. How's about you log on to YouTube? You can see my screens. So my screens are on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So if I can't the camera angle for the TikTok stream. I want to get my RTMP stream so I can actually replicate what I'm showing on YouTube and Twitch on TikTok, but I've not got that yet. That's in beta testing with TikTok. But if you want to see the screens, I mean, I'll show you the trades and everything else. But if you want to see the screens, if you want to see the action as it's taking place, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, those are the places you want to be looking at it. Okay. So half an hour left of the stream. We're now making moves upwards. We're approaching that 650 magic number. So we just tapped it there. I want to see it above. I want to see it break with volume though. It's very light volume, and that's a bit of a worry. So I'm not going to get in without the volume. I need the volume for the follow through. So we could see the volume, but right now it's not there. There's the break. Now we're seeing the volume. So I'll enter there. Just a small entry. 5,000 shares. We move up. I want to see it break 7 and take 7 and break 7. We've got the volume coming through. It's 680s, 690s. Again, just because you've got a good cushion on the day doesn't mean you can't take base hits. So I'm just going to take something off there at it's a little bit off at 680. So now our exit is 667. 670 is our exit. I want to see this over. I want to see this test $7 and get back over $7. Okay. That bounced quite quickly. I was going to get out at 670, but it bounced back up before I had a chance to pull the trigger. So I'll just I'll hold this 2,500 shares for now. Back up at 690s. So it's very volatile. Very volatile. It's just the volume that we're seeing with this one. And okay, I'm just going to get out there. 670. Oh, no, I'm glad I did because it flushed down to $6. So that was, you know, a little bit extra. That's about another $300. We're currently $4,900, $5,000, just shy of $5,000 for the sake of $40. We're $5,000 up net. We're $6,000 up profit and loss. Sorry, trade profit and loss. But net, we're just shy of $5,000. Someone lend me 40 bucks and we'll be $5,000 up, which for me it's a win. You know, that's my daily target is 5,000. So it's a win on the back of the fact that yes, that's my daily target, but we were down huge amounts an hour ago. Yeah, so just 60 minutes ago we were down huge amounts. So I'm trading Neurosense Therapeutics at the moment. That's the question. So I got in at the break of 650. I got in at 660, Jack, but I took profits at 680. So that 650 level, that was my. So I got in at 660 with and had the 650 as my risk. I put a 10-cent risk and I took profits at 680. So it was a 20-cent profit. But when it started coming back down, I took the rest of the position off at 670. I've not been trading crypto today. I was going to jump back in on Shiba Inu over the weekend, and I missed the pump, so and it pulled back again. So on Friday it was it made a good run on Friday, and I thought it might continue over the weekend, but it didn't. So I didn't. I ended up I didn't trade it. My daily target's $5,000. That's my daily goal. OCGN, Hugen. I like this one actually. Let's have a look at the chart. Okay, so it had a good day on Friday, didn't it? Oh no, pre-market it was alright. Yeah, it had a good day on Friday. It moved up quite well, kind of steadily. Let me just have a look at the hourly. Yeah, so it's had a couple of good days. This whole sector's been fairly buoyant. So had a couple of good days, a good week last week. Went up to 445 on Friday. It's currently 389. OCGN. It's currently 389, and it's low volume though at the minute. That's the thing. If you look at the 1 minute, you can see that these blanks, the lack of volume. It's not me. There's no trade there. But it does have quite a strong following in social media circles. It's above the VWAP at the moment, so it's trying to make moves upwards around 390. Right now, for that to be a viable intraday trade, it needs more volume. For a swing trade, based on the performance from last week, there's a potential there. Let me just have a look at back at the hourly again. Yeah, so it gapped up pre-market, sold off pre-market, and then it's moved up again. So if it gets above 440, it gets above 420, I think there's a potential for it to get up towards 440 and retest the highs from last week. It's not going to retest the all-time highs. I look at the we were up at back in November. It went up to kind of $17, but really for this one to be thinking about it from a long-term point of view, it needs to get back over kind of the 650 level, $6.50. I would say right now $4 is a line in the sand. Get over $4, and then the next real resistance level is about 450. So $4. If it tests $4 today, I think you could potentially see a run up towards 450. Yeah, and that's what happens. That's why you need stop losses in place. If you're not going to be quick to the trigger, if you've not got the hotkeys and things, the panic buttons on your hotkeys, Jack, you really need to have those stop losses in place. So in that situation, is you go for the breakout, and if you can program your hotkeys, you can actually enter your position and then trigger a trailing stop loss, like a 10-cent trailing stop loss in that situation. In which case, if you triggered a 10-cent trailing stop, it would have gone all the way up to 694, and it would have cut you when you got out to 684. So just until whilst you're still learning, whilst you're still new, utilize stop losses. Utilize, even if you got in there for the break of 650 and you put a stop loss in there at 640. It would have got you out, and you'd have only lost the 10 cents on the share. So rather than the full flush down to kind of $6, where it's now trading 610s and stuff. So just make sure that you until you're comfortable with mental stop losses, put physical stop losses in there, and you can always move them up with the trade as well. So if it goes up to 690, you can move that up and maybe take profit at 650 or 660. Sorry, your entry is 650. They take profit at 660, 670. Get in the habit of having a disciplined stop loss, because when you get those fast flush like that, it's very easy to just push the panic button and get out at the bottom, and then it bounces back up to kind of 640 or whatever, and where you could have actually cut your losses a little bit less. Now I cut my loss just before the big flush, so I kind of saw the writing on the wall. when it got rejected at $7. $5K profit, yeah. So I'm looking to, I look to make my goal is to have an average of $5,000 a day, because the way that would work out, based on an average 20 trading days in any given month, that will give me $100,000 a month on average. Based on that, it'll get me over the 100,000, get me over the 1 million mark for the year. I didn't do $1 million last year, but that's my goal this year, and that's kind of, if I manage that, then I'll up my goal again next year and have maybe a 1.4, 1.2 or 1.4 goal for next year or whatever, and see where let's see where we finish the end of this year first. I mean, I don't want to be miss it by a mile and then try and up my targets next year. I'm the boss of my own business, so I'm not going to handicap myself like the companies I used to work for did. You know, when you miss your targets by 15% and then they up them by 20%, and you think, well, how can I hit my goals this year when it's 20% higher than last year and I missed it last year? It makes no sense. But that's sales and marketing for you, and one of the reasons I'm glad I'm out of it. So I'll get rid of this trend line now. Okay, so we're 20 minutes left of the stream. I've got a passed out teddy bear on the floor next to me. So I'm just gonna put this on the 5-minute and draw this little trend line here from the highs through there. See what that looks like on the 1 minute. Okay, so that was the downwards trend line. I'll leave that as it is. Zoom out a little bit. And I think unless we start seeing a bit more movements, I think I'm probably going to be happy to take the 5K based on where we were. I think that's the sensible thing. No, I think we started the day with Kid Pick. We were profitable pre-market, and then out the gates we lost. Then we jumped into Hudson, and that's where we lost the big one. So we jumped in Hudson big size. Let me just have a look at what the actual. Yeah, so we jumped into Hudson big size for the break of 350, I think it was. And that just didn't happen for us. It then reversed. So then we got out there at stopped out at $3, and that's where we lost the money. And we tried Mullen as well. Mullen on the way up. Look at the actual action on the 1 minute. Yeah, so we got this with Mullen. We got this bull flag formation. So we looked to get in on the break of the bull flag, and we got a bit of a spike in the volume, but it just reversed. So we got out there at 350s. So we got in for the break of the bull flag at 364, and we got out 10 cents later at 354. So that was Mullen as well. And Pick was the first one for the break of highs, and 715 or whatever it was, I think was a pre-market level. Yeah, we were looking for the pre-market breakout, and it completely reversed on us. And we ended up at we lost kind of 60 cents on that one. So that was just bad trading, that one. So we made a couple of bad decisions early doors. Hudson, we just held on to the loser too long. That was the thing with Hudson. And then we saw this one, which was Neurosense Therapeutics, and we got in for the break of the high. We got the move up, and then we got the pullback, and then we got in at the break of the high here at 397 for the break of the whole dollar. It moved up. When it broke that, it moved up, but we got the volume surge, and it took a while. It moved up again, then pulled back. So when it went for breaking the whole dollar again, we actually added to the position, and then we started taking profits, the $0.50, and rolled that upwards. So we managed to make we made back what we lost in the first half an hour. We made it back in the second half an hour. So all in all, a good day. Bad start, good finish. And it's not where you it's not where you start. It's where you end up. Yeah. So Jack Sparrow, you just only if you're risking a certain amount, make sure you stick to those stop levels, and that way you're not going to lose all your profits. You're not going to give away all your profits. Well, Phil, it's never short of beer in Dublin, that's for sure. You missed best time to get a pint, but just don't go to Temple Bar, please. If you if you come to Dublin, don't go to Temple Bar. That's where all the tourists go, and it's horrible. Okay, guys. So, any questions? Any more? Where are we at? Oh, we got 1.6K in the likes. So that was a good recovery. We had 400 likes halfway through the stream, so we recovered that as well. So that's fine. So we're starting to move back upwards again, with back above $6 with Neurosense. Just be careful with this. You want the volume, and that's what worried me with that initial break of the 650. The volume didn't come through straight away, and then the next candle we had a higher level of volume, but it was downwards pressure. So that's why those are the kind of the signals that you want to look for, Jack Sparrow. Is that when you get a surge up, the next candle, is it a downwards candle, and if so, on how much volume? If it's a downwards candle, but the volume is less, it's less of a worry. But if the volume's higher and it's a downwards candle, it means that you're getting a lot more selling pressure. So there's a lot more sellers than buyers in that circumstance. So when you're getting the third candle, and it's the second red candle, and it starts to pull back, it doesn't break out to new highs. It starts to pull back. It's usually an exit signal or an exit indicator. Is it worth buying position on this Neurosense? Not if not wanting to gamble, since it's quite a cheap stock. So 625. You're not wanting to gamble. Wait for the pattern setups. There's no setup at the moment. Okay. Really, we're looking at 675-ish, 680 before there's a setup. I wouldn't touch this now until over $7. Not for a while. It may be a little bit late if we get another setup, but right now for me, $7 is it's just consolidating until it gets over $7 again, and then it potentially could go on and break highs. So the high of day is 720, 719, 720. So if it gets over $7, then we're looking at it's got potential. Up until that stage, we might go up and tap 670, pull back, tap 670, pull back, tap 650, whatever. So it's going to range for a while. Now, there are people that can probably spot this range and take advantage of it. But if you're in a broker that's charging commissions, the likelihood is what you're just doing is you're just scalping a 5 cent move or a 10 cent move on any given move. the key here is the volume. And if you look at the volume histogram at the bottom of the chart, that the volume is you see that the last two biggest spikes in the volume histogram have been downwards pressure. They've been red candles. So actually the last three biggest candles have been red candles. So that suggests that it's currently experiencing downward pressure, people taking profits, which comes as no surprise when it's currently 300% up on the day. So this level of consolidation, don't mind a bit of consolidation for a while. Maybe we get a bit more volume in after lunch. So it's currently 11:18 market time. So maybe 1 o'clock, 1:30, we'll see the bulls come in and take over again, or it will start to move back up towards $7, and then it could be interesting again. Right now, unless you want to risk it on the range, we've got resistance level of $6. Sorry, support level of $6 that it's adhering to. We're getting down to 575 up to kind of 625 where it is right now. It's just ranging 50 cents either side of $6. So there's not a lot of volume in there to get the breakouts of these moves, and that's what you really need. So just keep checking, the charts. Where's the volume? It still is the highest traded stock at the moment, but comparatively speaking, the volume levels are way below where it was. So Agri's making a bit of a push in terms of volume levels. Okay, let's have a quick look. Yeah, missed that one. Well, Agri's up to $4 nearly. That's 10% up on the day now. On red to green on the day. So might be worth watching. If it gets back above $4. Bed Bath & Beyond is hitting the scanner. Lost quite a bit on this a couple of weeks ago. But Bed Bath & Beyond, let's have a look at the short interest. What interests me about this is it was heavily shorted a little while ago. I want to see where it's at now. Oh my good Lord. 67% shorted. So it's extremely high short float in comparison. So it's a 40 million float, so it's not a huge float. This is Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBY, triple BY. But it's 67% short float at the moment. And the short interest is relatively new in terms of the date. They've still got quite a bit of time to cover as well, so might be one for a short squeeze towards the end of the week, based on these days to cover that we've got. But I'll be keeping my eye on that for a short squeeze. It's probably the biggest contender for a short squeeze amongst all the meme stocks at the moment. Okay, the Powell speech. You want to have a look at gold? So gold is a good hedge. People put money in gold. And I want... It's not the one. Looking for the one on the NYSE. Barracks. That'll be do. Okay, so if we look at this gold ETF, it's ever since Russia invaded, people have been putting the money into gold. And a couple of sell-off days, but mostly it's been green. Let's have a look at it on the 1 hour for today. Let's look at it on the 15-minute for today. So yeah, we've it's having a good gold's having a good day today. It had a bit of a sell-off on Friday, but not by a huge amount. But it's moved up. It's doing really well. So gold's always a good hedge for political uncertainty. People put the money in gold instead of in currency, or if it's held in the bank, they'd rather buy gold than just leave it there. Particularly with the inflation the way it is, so it's a good hedge against inflation, and it's a good hedge against political uncertainty. There's people always put money in gold. It's okay, Jack. Look, it's one of those things that red days are normal. Okay. The problem that you're having right now is when you're having a red day, it's a big red day because you're not managing your risk properly. You're going all in, you're using all of your equity, and you're not managing your risk effectively. Okay, so you need better risk mitigation, better risk management, and you should put down your red days right now. So however much you're putting into the market right now, this is your tuition fee, buddy. I lost a hell of a lot of money when I got into it, and just kind of reiterating to everybody on the streams that trading in the markets is risky. The majority of people lose money. So Jack, having red days and getting sad about them, if they're going to affect you emotionally like that, you might be in the wrong game. Trading might not be for you. Okay, you've got to detach yourself from it. You've got to accept the fact that some days you're going to be wrong. Some days you're going to have a bad day. And the key is that when you have a bad day, you manage your risk as well as you can. So each trade, you go in there with a plan. You actually have your entry point. So that, for example, that last trade, I was saying that the break of 650 is my entry point. 640 would have been my risk. But then when I got filled, I didn't see the volume coming in. So I waited for the confirmation before I entered, and I got in at 660. 650 was then my risk. I've only given it 10 cents risk. Okay. And I took profits at 680 because it's a 2-to-1 risk versus reward. So I was still in, I only took half my position off. So I was still in for, I think it was 2,500 shares at the time. When that pulled back to 670, that's when I exited the position. And it flushed a couple of seconds after that. So it's about managing your risk. And if I had just held that position, wanting it to go up towards 680, I should have still got out at 650. So for a 10-cent loss on the share. So managing your risk is key. And that's the problem that you're having. It's not easy. It looks easy, but it's not easy. That's the problem that you're having right now. So if it's costing you money right now, go back to the simulator, go back to the paper trading, do it in the simulator until you get the muscle memory of cutting your losses at the right time. Once you get to a point where you're being very disciplined with your stop losses, I mean, you can have half your trades can go wrong. If you've got that 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio, you can have a break even in terms of accuracy. 50% of your trades can be wrong, and you'll be profitable. In the long term, you'll be profitable. So just think of it that way, okay? So what you want to be doing is go back to the simulator, go back to basics from that point of view. Start planning your trades before you enter. Okay, I'm entering at 650. If it drops to 640, I'm out. And stick to it. So you plan your trades and you trade that plan. So change platform. If you can't have stop losses, if you're in with a broker or you're working on a platform that doesn't allow you to set stop losses, get out, move your money to a broker that does. So again, market orders, you want to be able to set limit orders as well. So sell on a market order, it's going to give you crappy fill. It's going to give you whatever fill that they get to. So change whoever your broker is. If you can't set a stop loss, you don't want to be trading with them. So to start off with, I would recommend that in order to have a plan, you need to be able to have the tools to execute that plan. If you're a builder, you don't go and you don't go and start trying to create the foundations for your home and dig in the foundations with a knife and fork. That'd be ridiculous. You want the right tools for the job. So you get the pickaxe and the shovel. And it's no different if you're turning up to the dentist and he gets a Black & Decker out to drill your tooth, you're going to be out of that chair quicker than Jack Flash. You want the right tools for the job. I'll tell you now, Jack, that you get the right tools for the job and you're trading on the right platforms, you'll find that your trading becomes a lot easier. So I started off trying to day trade with eToro. Okay, so eToro for me was the first broker that I put money into day trade, and the platform is not set up to day trade. Okay, I could put stop losses in there, but it was a convoluted way. There's no hotkeys, there's no hot buttons or anything like that. Convoluted way to do it. It's market orders only. There's no limit orders, and I lost money. It wasn't up until I then went to MetaTrader. I lost money on MetaTrader. I then went on to what was the I tried with Trader Workstation, I think it was called. Trader Workstation, yeah, with interactive brokers. So then Trader Workstation, and that I lost money with that, and then I went on to Daytrading Pro, and I've been making money since. So for me, the change on the platform was a big thing. Yes, moving to capital markets, it cost me more in terms of commissions and charges, but I'm making more. I'm able to use hotkeys, I'm able to use hot buttons, I'm able to get fast entries and exits, and that makes a big difference. When you see a flush like that, in a matter of like a couple of seconds, it drops 50 cents, or 70 cents even. You need to be able to exit quick. You need to have a panic button and exit quick. Okay? Well, I'm getting it for free from capital markets, but actually that's not strictly true. They charge me, I think it's 120 bucks or 130 bucks a month for platform and data fees, but they refund that to me if my commissions reach a certain level. And you've seen how I trade. I'm an active trader. My commissions are always reach a certain level. So like today, for example, my commissions are going to be $158 in commissions today. So yeah, it's worthwhile. What I would say, I paid I think I paid 150 bucks a month to Daytrader for the interactive brokers feed. So I use Daytrader with interactive brokers as well, but I pay Dash directly for that. I paid platform and data fees directly for the Daytrader, and that just syncs in with my IBK account. What's the lowest time frame I use and why? I use the 1 minute time frame because I want to get granular. I want to get the best exits and entries. So I use I'm trading on the 1 minute and the 5 minute typically. I look at the 60 minutes and the 1 day to look for key support and resistance levels, or you know, what kind of trend. If we're in a long-term trend, I might be more likely to take a larger position or something. So yeah, Mullins breaking highs. So I could be interested in that if it breaks $4, like I said before. Just looking at this, we've got the $4 level is the next resistance. So when it's at 393 and the next resistance level is really $4, I'm going to wait for it to break $4. That's Mullen. The thing is with Mullen, if I'm looking at it on the daily, I'm seeing these key levels here, $4, and then key resistance. Then it's probably, we're looking at $5 next after that. We've got a little bit at yeah, $5 is really the next key level after 4. So I want to see it break $4 and then see if it will run up to 5. So that's Mullen. So if you what I would say is Daytrader, if you want to trade on the same platform that I'm doing, Daytrader, you can subscribe to the simulator for like $100. You don't get the level 2, but you're not looking at level 2 at the moment anyway, Jack. So you're not using level 2 in a way that it's going to be beneficial for you. So in terms of practicing a strategy, getting direct market access, hot buttons, hot keys, that kind of stuff, that's fine, okay? It's worth paying $100 a month for the subscription. If long term, if you want to be a trader, it's worth paying $100 for the tools, $150, whatever it actually is. Benzinga, for example, I swear on Benzinga, and I don't begrudge paying that for that at all either. My trader view journaling, the stats, and it allows me to go back. So I'll go back this evening. I'll go back and look at the stats on the more on the trades that I lost money on than the ones I won on. Actually, I want to know why I took the trade. I want to look at it and find out, okay, what time of day it was, why I took it, what level I took it, what was the setup, what were the patterns looking like, and I can look at that on Trader View, and I can reanalyze it and review it myself to say, okay, you need stupid mistakes, Tony. I know you're only human, but you need to cut out these silly mistakes, because that 19 grand on Hudson. 20 grand on Hudson nearly. If I hadn't made them stupid calls, if I cut my losses when I should have, I'd been about 3 grand down on Hudson instead of doing what I did. So instead of trying to recover 27 grand, I'd have only had to recover, 10 grand, and I'd be 17 grand better off. So, which is why you use Canada isn't the 1 minute prone to fake outs, which is why you look for the confirmation on the 5 minute. So you're looking for the granular action on the 1 minute, but you're looking for the confirmation on the 5 minute, and it's all down to personal preference. But if you can get fake outs, and what I'll be looking for in terms of action when I'm entering a trade, I'll have a plan for that trade. Let's say I'll be waiting for this to hit $4, and I'll enter at 401. I might have a 10-cent risk and say, okay, if it then gets to or 11-cent risk, but I'll put it down as a 10-cent risk and say if it gets to 390, I'm going to exit. That doesn't matter too much on the 1 minute or the 5 minute. That level of the granular level that I'm looking at it, that's fine. But when we start looking at the patterns, I can see patterns on the 5 minute. I can see patterns on the 1 minute. I might see a bull flag forming on the 1 minute, but it's not on the 5 minute because it's within the 5 minute range. I might see a bull flag forming on the 5 minute, but it's consolidating on the on the 1 minute. So I look for, I use the actions on both of them to confirm and give me the signals on both. So yeah, 1 minute can probe. If all you're looking at is one time frame, I would say you need to be looking at least two time frames for confirmation. Whether that's a 1 minute and 15, a 1 minute and 10, or whatever it is, a 10 minute. 5 minute and 10 minute, 5 minute and 50, whatever you're comfortable with. It's down to personal preference. When I say, Jack wants to know, when I say I'm looking for a setup, what do I mean? I'm looking for, there are a number of different patterns that I'm looking for, intraday candle patterns that I look for on a daily basis. So I'm looking now for the break of the a certain range. For example, I'm looking for the break of $4. I'm looking at the previous highs and previous resistance levels on the daily, and I can see that we've got support and resistance levels around $4 back in January. So I'm looking at it's also a psychological whole dollar level. So me getting in for the break of daily high here, which is 395. The fact that it's gone up to 397 now means that, okay, if I get in for the break of 395, I've got a 4-cent move. So I'm entering at 396. I've got a potential 4-cent range before I hit resistance at $4. So that's not a setup to me because the next level of resistance is too close. So I have to wait for the break of the next level of resistance for it to be a setup. And I'm looking at on the daily. If it breaks $4, the next significant resistance level is going to be like $4.93 or $5. So that's why when I'm looking for a setup, I'm looking for the patterns to form a certain level. Flags, wedges, flat tops, flat bottoms, whatever it is. I'm looking for a pattern to set up that I can get a breakout. You want me to have a look at SMC? I can look at SMC for you. The E-mini, San Miguel Corps, Supermicro, SMCI, Solid and Mining on the. When you say SMC, are you looking at the E-mini? S-Trades. Just look at the SPY if that's the case. And that's down here. It's green on the day. SPY's green on the day. It's like 0.2 up. Nasdaq's breaking even. It's just it's above the VWAP. They're both above the VWAP on the day, but Nasdaq's just gone green briefly. So, I mean, try a few different brokers out for free. They'll all give you. You can open an account with as many brokers as you want. You don't have to fund it, and just try and play with the platform, Jack. First and foremost, before you fund it, just play with the platform. Just there's a number of different brokers. Interactive got their own platform. Capital Markets have got their own platform. You know, you can get in with Trading 212, or you know, there's that many E-Trade, whatever. They've all got their own platform, but a lot of them will also work with the direct access software as well. My first comment is get a platform, even if it's a proprietary platform with the broker, that you can actually set up hotkeys with. Or hot buttons, or what it is. You can be. More importantly for you is it will allow you to set a stop. But what it allows you to do is that if you can set up a hotkey, for example, you enter your position on the montage or whatever. You enter your position and then you press your hotkey, and it'll be position less 10 cents or position less 20 cents, whatever it is, and it'll set up a stop at that level. And if you can then move that stop in line with your trade, if it goes in your favor, you're going to end up a lot more profitable. If it doesn't go in your favor, you've got that stop in place that it's going to limit your risk, and you're not going to lose a lot. So if you are only risking 10 cents, but you can gain 20 cents, that 10 cents is going to be there. As soon as it goes up 10 cents, you might want to move that stop to break even. So worst case scenario at that stage is you break even. But the likelihood is you want to start looking at potentially taking profit. Take half your position off at 10 cents and let the rest ride up to 20 cents. And if it gets to 20 cents and breaks, say, 20 cents and 25, you add to your position at 25. You've got a cushion on that. You can always take that add off again and take half of that profit away if it starts to go against you. And then you move your stop up again. And keep moving your stop up. You can look at the charts and look for your swing levels of resistance as areas to get out. But having a stop in place is going to help you get better. It's about skills. It's about training your muscle memory to exit when you see the exit signals. Waiting for the flush, and it's too late. The flush is going to go without you. If you've got the stop in place, the physical stop in place, then it's going to stop when it flushes. It's got your maximum. If you get some slippage, say you've got a 10 cent stop, the maximum is a bit of slippage. You might get stopped out at 12 cents down. So have that physical stop. Get out away from the platform you're on if you can't set a physical stop in there. Okay, so we're consolidating. Mullen's consolidating under that kind of 4.95, 4.96. So it's trying to test the $4 level. Kid picks now green on the day again. Right now, Hudson's 50% up. I'm looking at we're selling off on Neurosense. Hudson's back up 50%, but it's over $3, back over $3. Mullen is consolidating. It's coiling under that $4 level, so it's looking quite bullish right now. We're getting higher lows, and as long as we don't break below this 389, 389 is the line in the sand. If we because that's the last low. Before that, it was 388. So we're getting higher lows. If it continues up, we potentially could get a breakout towards the $4 level, but I need it to break $4 for me to be interested in trading it. In the meantime, I'm going to take the dog for a walk. I'll come back and have a look later, and you know, if I do decide to do some more trading, I'll stream it live. So another way to look at it, Jack, is maybe look at swing trading. Is if the intraday trading is not working well for you, look at swing trading. You have a bigger gap, or trade on a different time frame. Trade on a higher time frame. Trade on the 5 and the 15, for example, as opposed to the 1 and the 5. Go back to, like I said, go back to the simulator. Instead of just jumping in with your strategy, get profitable on the simulator first. Trade with paper money first. Once it's working for you in the simulator with paper money, then put money into it. Otherwise, it is too risky. If you're losing 20 bucks, if you're losing 120 bucks, it doesn't matter. You're losing. Okay, the size of the loss is irrelevant. The only difference between me today and somebody that's gained $50 is position size. So the fact that I took 25,000 shares to enter that position with Neurosense, someone might have been taking 250 shares. You know, there's a huge difference in the share size. So them making, you know, 500 bucks versus me making, what was it, 34,000 bucks. All it is position size. So get back profitable, do it in the simulator, then come back and risk small amounts. Okay, get profitable in the simulator first, Jack Sparrow. Interesting day, yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna cut the day now. It's market time 11:45. We're getting into the lunchtime hours, so what I'll probably do is take the dog for a walk, come back in an hour or so, and see where we are after the lunchtime market time. It's coming up to 4 o'clock my time PM, so you know, come back around 5:30ish or something like that, I think. Okay, thanks for joining me. I hope you found the stream interesting. I hope you weren't laughing too much at me when I started with the red, but we've had a red to green swing today, so a good day. We're finishing the day 4,961 in profit, so as good as 5,000 in profit. We were 2,500 down from last week, so we're now back to our highs on the month. Yeah, it ended up being a good day, but nervous. So actually, Mullen now is looking at breaking $4. So I want to break $4, a bit of a pullback, confirm it as support, and then see what happens. So just hang around for 5 more minutes, and I might try this if we get the pullback to $5 as a support. So $4 as a support. If we break $4, because of course it's just been rejected there. So I want to see it break $4. Do you have a trading? Do you actually have a documented, written trading strategy, Jack? Have you written a strategy down? You're having a lot of if you're having a lot of red days, are you have you documented your strategy? And then if you've documented it, written it down, have it printed out next to you on your desk. I hope you're not trading on a mobile phone first and foremost. And if you are trading on a mobile phone, stop it. Okay. If you're not trading on a mobile phone, you're trading on a laptop or a computer or desktop or whatever it is, but you don't have your strategy written down next to you, do that. Because if it's written down next to you, you can keep referring to it, and then you'll know if you're actually trading the strategy correctly, or if you're missing it, or you know, if you're not trading your strategy for whatever reason. So we just broke $4. We've got the volume coming in. Now I'm looking for an entry point here. I'm looking for a pullback to 4, but it needs to confirm. So don't mind the break of $4. I now need the pullback to $4. Give or take. So we've got the volumes come in there. You can see the volume here is coming through. It's a big volume candles coming through. We're up to 410s. There's no entry for me right now because I've not had the pullback. So I'm waiting for the pullback. And we're still not getting it. So we're now 415s. So the next real resistance level is a whole dollar above here. So here we go. There's a micro pullback here to 410. We're getting a bit of a pullback here, so there's a potential entry at 412. 412 for me is the entry on this one. Okay, so get in there at 412. And I'll risk 10 cents. So I want to see this a bit, 425s. I'm taking profit. I'll get out at $4. Risk 12 cents. In there for 5,000 shares. Again, now put 415s. We'll see a bit of volume come through for the break of 415 up towards 420. Okay. Decided against. So low of this candle is 06. The low of this candle is 06. I want to see this break for it's going up for the third time to tap 415s. So if we can break this on this attempt, we'll need a bit more volume to break 415 on this one. $14s, $15s. A bit more volume coming through. So we've tapped it again. So we're getting a bit of a flat top formation here. So with the flat top, we want to see ascending lows. That's 407. That's a higher low. It breaks below 407. It means that it's not adhering to conform with the ascending lows. And that could be our exit signal. If it breaks a lower low, and that's your exit indicator right there. You don't have to wait for your stop to get out if it's not doing what it's supposed to do on the breakout. So, and a little bit of resistance here at the highs of 415. It's highs of day so far. Okay, 407 there, 406. This doesn't go up and retap 15. We're going to get it. Giving this enough breathing room. It's not going. It's just consolidating, and that's understandable. This time of day, it gets a bit choppy. You know, it's coming up towards lunchtime. It's almost 12 o'clock market time. It's kind of choppy market time. So it's 410s. You know what? That lower low there doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence. Got waning volume. So this needs to tap 415 and break it. Otherwise, I'm just going to get a little bit of profit. Or break even, I don't care. Let's get out there. That's a break-even trade. So I'm going to take the dog for a walk. That didn't cost us anything. So we're still on, actually, it did cost us something on the commissions and stuff. But, 4,870 is where we finished the day. So we'll leave it at that. And we'll end the stream and we'll be back at it first thing in the morning. Okay, so see, this is where you're going wrong, Jack. Is that you're thinking about just trading on volume and getting in, and you're actually chasing. So you're not actually executing the gap and go strategy. What you're doing is you're chasing momentum, and it's not the gap and go strategy. So the gap and go strategy, you're still looking for key levels to enter and exit, and jumping in because it's moving. Is not part of the strategy. We want to be following the volume. We want to be following the moves, but we don't chase. We look for confirmation before we actually jump in. And so yes, the volume's got to come through. We've got to get the breakouts. We've got to take profits quickly, and not hold on to losers. We don't want it to move up and then move against us, and we've not taken any profits. So just the gap and go strategy is a lot more to it than just finding volume gappers that move up at the open. You look for key levels. Support and resistance is your key. Okay, you look for key levels and breakouts of those key levels. Okay, and on that lovely note, I'm going to end the stream. Oh, so that was Mullen Automotive. Someone snoring in the background is my lovely Chow Chow Mutt, my little teddy bear. So she's going to get a walk now, and I'm going to take her for a walk. So and Lucid Motors, I like Lucid Motors. I was hoping that they got the government contract that they were bidding for last year. It didn't happen, unfortunately. But they moved up on the rumours. It just they moved back down again when they didn't get it. So what type of trading platform am I using? I'm using Dash Trader Pro. It's a direct access software. So it's direct access to the NYSE market, so the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, and on that, I'm going to cut the stream, and I'll be back at it same time tomorrow, 12:30 GMT, an hour before market opens. Okay, I'll catch you guys.